Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tom and I make videos that help you awaken your soul and manifest your dream life. Today, we're talking about 5 signs that your higher self is testing you right now and why this is the most amazing thing for your life. Something truly incredible is about to happen for you if you resonate with these signs. And that's really the point of this video overall, is that your higher self is that eternal, loving, wise aspect of who you really are. And it's co-creating your life with you. And so it's partly responsible for giving you all these positive synchronicities, alignments, intuitive impulses and ideas, all leading you to manifesting what you want and creating a dream life. But just like a loving, wise parent does, it also is responsible for giving you those catalysts, those tests, those hard times, those difficult moments that really help you step into a new version of yourself and evolve you, as painful as that can be in the moment. But it does end in a life-changing breakthrough, and it happens honestly just like that. Suddenly you burst forth into a new reality and you're evolved, you're awake, and you're activated into the version of you always were destined to become. That self that is now compatible with what you seek, and it can just enter into your life. That desire can appear for real, and most importantly, within yourself, you will be that fully embodied version of you were always wanting to become. And so your inner experience of life will drastically change for the better as well when you pass through this phase of higher self tests. And how you get through it, in a large part, is being aware of what these tests are and that you're going through this higher self test phase, because knowing this all, having that map, gives you that confidence, right? It gives you that sense of peace, that sense of relief, that sense of renewed excitement that you're on your path, and that this breakthrough, this amazing shift is awaiting you inevitably in your life. Okay, so let's get into these 5 signs. The first one is a bizarre, uncharacteristic, unexplainable setback that comes out of nowhere. Something that you go, what? I don't understand this. This is a setback. This is a negative thing, surely. It seems that way. It just comes in and kind of throws off the momentum that you had with your desire and your dream life and creating that. And yeah, it sort of rocks your confidence. And these bizarre bits of negative synchronicity, if you want to call it that, or setbacks, often come right after you were feeling really aligned. Perhaps you were on a little bit of a positive streak and you actually were really believing and embodying that version of you with your dream reality, with your best possible self. There's usually a flash of this beautiful, aligned, expansive, positive, forward-moving state of being. And then a setback. Then this backlash, then this test comes out of nowhere. And it's just this kind of bizarre, unexpected quality to it that often doesn't have a clear explanation and kind of comes out of nowhere and kind of rocks you a little bit and challenges you to stay in that place of knowing and alignment with what you're trying to create. And it is a positive sign, of course, but we don't have to pretend we necessarily feel like that in the moment. Can you stay aligned? Can you stay in your dream reality through something like that? Well, that is the test, isn't it? So the second sign you're being tested by your higher self is that you're overall going through a difficult time in your life. Just this sense that it's hard times at the moment. And there's constant challenges and you're in the unknown, and there's just this deep sense of personal transformation, inner evolution that's taking place in you. There's a letting go of past identities, and there's a stepping into a new self that's constantly happening, and it's a very uncomfortable, difficult process. Now, this can be a prolonged process for several months or weeks, or it can be shorter and just be a couple of days, but it's just this sense that you're looking for a relief. There's a deep sense that you just want to break through, but it's not quite happening right now. And you have to admit, it's just a hard, laborious time emotionally, in the actions that you're being asked to take, in every way. And things are popping up constantly to confirm this to you, to challenge you, to grow you, and you don't really see how this is going to end. And so if you're resonating with any of this, it's a really amazing sign. Just hold on, keep moving through. That shift actually will come. And so for me personally, this challenging period that I've noticed is really having this theme of personal transformation and a transition into fully becoming totally independent. It's just this sense that recently, kind of fueled by the lockdown, because I live in Melbourne and we've been the longest lockdown city in the entire world. And we're still in lockdown right now. We've got another 5 weeks before we can actually be free, would you believe, at this current moment in time. And so it's just this sense in the lockdown that's been really cutting me off and isolating me and forcing me to really draw this strength and this motivation and this self-reliance out of me from a depth that I've never had to before. And I can see that my higher self is assisting me to do this, pushing me to do this, giving me constant tests to do this. Because with what I'm trying to create in my dream life and my ideal version of self, my greatest version of self, in which I'm a leader and inspiration of love for others, because that's what really resonates with me. Expressing these spiritual truths, etc., and really being a beacon of light in the world, you need to be fully empowered to do this. And so it's throwing me these tests, it's cutting me off in this way. And again, it's really amazing because I've been through these transformative times many, many times in my life. And the pattern is they always break through into something truly incredible at the right moment. And so that's a deep truth for me and something that it definitely applies for you. I know that for sure. So sign number 3, closely linked, but it's more of an energetic thing, is that reality just doesn't seem to budge like it normally does. Normally you can be aligned, you can see progress, things are showing up that are positive, and there's like a flowing energy. But when you're being tested by a higher self, it kind of feels like you're pushing against reality rather than flowing with reality. And you're trying to flow, but when you're flowing, nothing's really happening, and it makes you kind of tempted to push. And it's just this kind of sense of friction, and it's really mirroring the inner transformative state that you're going through, this purging of past emotions, letting go of old stories, really transmuting this entire version of yourself into the new version of you that's awakening within you. And while you're going through all these shifts in energies and beliefs, and you're taking all this action, and you're just kind of moving through this phase of tests, your life kind of reflects that. It doesn't flow with as much seamless, effortless kind of energy. But sure enough, as you recognize this right now, it gives you that relief, because this inner transformative period you're going through, this phase of test, it does come to an end. And as it does, you step back into that effortless energy and aligned state of being. And when your being reaches that state, inevitably your reality is just there to mirror it right back in a really profound, powerful way. So keep the faith and know it's, again, a really good sign. The next sign you're being tested by your higher self is that you can't understand why this is happening to you. You just can't understand what's really going on. Why is life this hard? Why are these negative bits of evidence and setbacks showing up? And when I mean why, it's like, yes, if you dig down, you have all these intuitions of lessons that are there, growing you, evolving you, teaching you things. Of course, you have a whole map of insights, really. But more, it's like, why? Why is this happening to me? I really want to know the clear reason. Because when you're in the thick of all this, even though you have all these ideas and insights, it's just still too overwhelming. You're still too immersed in it. You're still too close to the phase of tests and transformation you're going through that it's not that apparent. But rest assured, the more time passes, the more you move through this, everything becomes clear. You can connect the dots looking backwards and not while you're in it, moving through and making those connections at the present time, and that's okay. So take solace and relief that you're actually not really meant to know right now. In fact, your higher self likes to push you into the unknown, because that's where the true growth, expansion, and alignment takes place. And so overall, while you know there are deep, divine, positive lessons at play in this phase of life you're going through, these can be a little bit blurry to you, and that's okay. They're meant to be blurry. You're not meant to know all the answers. But take that deep breath, trust in life, take the insights that you have and do the best you can to move forward, doing the next thing and the next thing. Eventually, everything will blossom into that new reality, and what you were really being asked to learn, who you were really evolving into, all of these lessons will ultimately become crystal clear. And that really moves me to the final point. And so the final sign that you're being tested by your higher self is that you still experience moments of alignment, glimpses of incredible knowing, flashes of divine connection. Whatever you want to call it, but it's just those momentary highs that flood into your awareness and experience and fill you with that inspiration, that knowingness, that faith that actually everything is all working out. It's that deep clarity that of course you're going through a momentary phase of tests. Of course you're evolving into a truly amazing version of you. And of course your reality is going to shift to reflect that. And really you never lose this sense of deep knowing. That really relates to the core of who you are as a spiritual being. You have this innate wisdom that this is how life works. This is how co-creation and manifestation happens. And that everything's all good. You always know this, but it's in these moments of knowing and these glimpses of alignment that still happen amidst this kind of challenging phase of tests that really confirm this to you. And this is a beautiful thing, because even though this phase is like an emotional roller coaster, and a lot of it is spent in the dipping down phase, you still do spring up. You still do surface into that aligned, clear, awakened space, if you will, where you know the truth. The truth that, of course, you will succeed. Of course, things are going to work out for you. And that's a beautiful thing. This is the truth. Those feeling states, those perspectives are the truth. You can trust them. They're a beautiful thing. And it's almost as you tap into that energy, it restores you and it gives you that boost that you need, that rejuvenation to continue on your path, to keep putting in that energy to the desire you want. It restores you in that way. And so overall, if you're in this phase of challenges and tests from your higher self right now, know that everything's going to work out. All will be well for you. You will succeed. You will make it through, of course. Trust the glimpses of knowing and alignment you have, because these are the truth. And understand what an incredible job you're doing. Understand how incredible you are for weathering these storms, for pushing through this, for having a desire in your heart so compelling you're willing to grow, to expand, to never give up. Do you realize how incredible you are? Do you realize how special that is? You are a leader. You are so brave. You are teaching everyone around you, all fellow souls, that it's worth it to be on this path of following your heart, of actualizing and embodying your highest potential, of awakening your soul into the flow and trust and absolute knowingness of your divine power and true self. You are doing all of this in this very moment, and that makes you an incredible human being, just for giving this your best shot every day. So really appreciate that. And of course you will make it through these tests, and it will be so worth it when that breakthrough happens and it fills you with that relief and that fulfillment and that wholeness and that ecstasy and that bliss and those tears of joy that it all came true for you. And you'll see it was all really worth it in that moment. And I've experienced those moments of sweetness many times that come at the end of this phase of high self-tests, and every single time it's without a doubt wholeheartedly worth it. So keep going. You're doing an amazing job in life. I hope this video helped clear this up for you, this topic, and that you enjoyed it. And so if you did, please like it, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to get the free reality shift cheat sheet. That is at the link in the description below. Check out my one-on-one coaching if you'd like to work with me more intimately on your spiritual awakening journey, in which you can find your purpose, step into your highest self, create the life of your dreams, bring your desires to life, all of that. I can assist you very powerfully if that resonates with you. And finally, stay tuned for more videos on spirituality and manifestation soon. Thank you.